Welcome to the 2024 Oscar Watch. This is where Daddy watches all the Oscar nominees and votes for his faves. This is not to be confused with what I think are the best movies of the year. You want to hear me talk about movies I actually liked? You can check out my 2024 Oscar ballot. In this video, we will only be talking about what Hollywood itself considers the best of the best. Spoiler alert, I did not like watching some of these movies, and I am flummoxed by some of the decisions. Let's jump straight into it. Start with the supporting categories. The winners were...
Kieran Culkin.
Zoe Saldana.
Do I like these wins? No! For starters, they were both sweepers, which is not only boring, but it's also weird. Like, think about it for a sec. The Oscars, BAFTA, SAG, Critics' Choice, Golden Globes. You're telling me that you all landed on the exact same two performances. That's either one hell of a coincidence, or y'all are peeking over each other's shoulders. Out of 323 eligible films, you all came to the same conclusion that the leads of A Real Pain and Emilia Perez were the best supporting performances of the year? Which leads me to my next complaint. They are both leads. I don't know how you officially determine what makes a role lead or supporting, but if the movie starts with you, ends with you, follows your journey, and you have more screen time than the title character, I'm calling you a lead. Zoe Saldana is in more of the film than the titular Emilia Perez. Who's she supporting? Plus, I don't know if you've seen Emilia Perez, but it's not a good movie. And this shouldn't count for anything, but the phone commercials she's in just annoy the crap out of me. Remember when actors had dignity and snuck off to Japan to do commercials in secret? Let's go back to that. Leave the commercials to the pros like the Where's the Beef lady, that dude who likes squeezing Charmin, and Jared. We don't need no Oscar winners telling us who has the best cellular network. Yeah, I'm looking at you too, Jeff Bridges and Billy Bob Thornton. Like Billy Bob Thornton knows how to use a cell phone. So Zoe Saldana is a hard no. Let's see who else we got. Felicity Jones is in the second half of The Brutalist, which is right around the time I tap out of The Brutalist. Monica Barbaro is fine as Joan Baez in A Complete Unknown, but this is another movie I just simply couldn't care less about. I love Isabella Rossellini, but it feels like a cheat to give her a win for Conclave. She's memorable in the film, but I can't fairly call this my favorite supporting performance of the year. I'd be voting for Isabella Rossellini because she's Isabella Rossellini, and I want to hear Isabella Rossellini's Oscar acceptance speech. So that leaves Ariana Grande for Wicked, and I'm just not ready to give Ariana Grande an Oscar. I'm sorry, but I can't vote for Ariana Grande over Isabella Rossellini in an acting race. Honestly, I don't know what race I would vote for Ariana over Isabella. Like, even if this is the Grammys, I'm voting Isabella Rossellini. And then the Grammy judges be like, well, she didn't release a pop vocal album. And I'm like, I don't care, I votes how I likes. So my vote, Isabella Rossellini, in whatever movie she's in. I mean, she was also the narrator of Problemista this year, so we can call it a win for that too. Now let's talk about Kieran in A Real Pain. Do I like this win? No, but it doesn't bother me. I think Kieran is good in the movie, but he's just too clearly a lead to be in this category. Here's a fun game. Let's count the scenes of A Real Pain that Kieran Culkin isn't in. 1, 2, 3. And in all of those scenes, he's either being talked about or looked for. But it is a really good performance that brings both laughs and tears. The other reason I don't hate it is because I don't really care about this category either. Guy Pearce and Edward Norton fall into the category of actors I like and movies I don't. I like both Yura Borisov and Jeremy Strong in their movies, and since they more represent what I think of as a supporting performance, I'm picking one of them. And why not the Oscar-worthy actor delivering an Oscar-worthy performance? My vote, Jeremy Strong, The Apprentice. You know he's gonna win someday, or he's gonna be one of those guys who should have won but didn't, so why not just give him a win now? Plus, his cartoonishly villainous turn as Roy Cohn is hilarious, and evil, and bizarre, and honest. It's an out-there crazy gonzo turn that I appreciate wholeheartedly. Now let's move over to the leading performances. Best Actor. The winner was...
Adrien Brody.
Do I like this win? No! I don't know how to say it more clearly. Oh my god, that perfectly captures how I feel. I hate this win. First off, I've watched the first half of The Brutalist like 5 times now. I never get to the end. As soon as that intermission hits, I'm like, I'm good, you can email me the rest. The farthest I've gotten into the second act is the Felicity Jones handjob scene. Is Adrien Brody good in the movie? I don't know, I guess. Like what, because he puts on an accent and cries? Like nobody's ever done that? I don't get it, I don't understand it, I don't like it. Also, remember you gave him an Oscar 20 years ago and he instantly groped Halle Berry, did some racist improv on SNL, and starred in a movie directed by the ShamWow guy.
Go ahead. Make me gay.
Well, I'm sure he won't douche up his career this time. Ha! Joke's on you, Oscar. He instantly douched it up, spitting out his gum on the way to the stage and cutting off the orchestra to deliver the longest acceptance speech in Oscar history. Seriously, F this dude. I would have been happier with literally any other choice. Even Timothée as Bob Dylan. This movie and performance are both very, very silly, but you know he's gonna win eventually, so let's just get it out of the way. You can tell he really wants one, so just give it to the kid. If he's willing to do all this, who knows what lengths he'll go to. But this category does have 3 really great performances from really great actors, so let's focus on them. First, Sebastian Stan stars as the Donald in The Apprentice, but I'm also counting this as a nod for his work in A Different Man. It's impressive that he's able to play this cartoon-like man as a real human being. Not so much going for an impression, but creating a character out of the facade. I like this movie and performance, but it's really hard for me to vote for Trump, even a fake one. And then we got Ralph Fiennes, but he's already won like 2 or 3 times, right? What? This is only his 3rd nomination and he's yet to win? Well, we gotta right that wrong. And he would hella deserve it for Conclave. The dude barely raises his voice above a whisper, but yet he commands the whole screen. It's a masterclass of restraint. And the Oscars are going to pass him over in favor of giving Captain Douchebag a second trophy? Nah, contest is over. My vote, Rafe.
I don't want your vote.
Alright, fine. My vote, Coleman Domingo in Sing Sing. This is my favorite performance of the year. And if you saw my Oscar ballot video for this year, you would already know that since I gave him Best Actor this year. If you haven't watched my Oscar ballot for this year, then you should probably get on that and maybe give this video a like and subscribe so you don't screw up like that in the future. What's this, your first time on YouTube? Get your shit together. Best Actress. The winner was...
Mikey Madison.
Do I like this win? I mean, I don't hate it, but I also don't really care. Mikey Madison is very good in Anora. She has to carry almost every scene of the movie. Whether she's funny, angry, vulnerable, or absolutely fed up, she's believable every step of the way. My apathy isn't for Mikey as much as it is the movie. I just never fully bought into the relationship at the center, so when everything starts falling apart, I never felt the emotional gut punch the movie was aiming for. If the movie doesn't completely win me over, it's hard for the performance to knock me over too. So I'm going with a movie I liked better. My vote, Demi Moore for The Substance. Similar to my Rossellini vote, it would just make me feel good to see Demi Moore walk on stage to get her Oscar. But unlike Rossellini, I also think the performance is Oscar-worthy. Demi Moore is scary and scary good in The Substance as Elizabeth Sparkle, an aging fitness guru who takes the titular Substance to become a younger, sexier version of herself. Even when caked in makeup, she's able to let us see Elizabeth shine through while her body decays. Plus, this is a role that only someone like Demi Moore could play. The Substance is about how the industry treats women of a certain age, and roles like this are pretty scarce in Hollywood, so why don't we award it while we can? Mikey will have other chances, while this is probably Demi's best chance for a bite of the apple. So let's move over to the big category, Best Picture. The winner was...
Anora, rated R.
Do I like this win? Meh. I don't dislike Anora, I just think it's fine. I mean, it's got a lot of nudity in it, so it's got that going for it, which is nice. But it's just weird that this fine little indie made Oscar history. Sean Baker walked home with 4 Oscars for Anora, winning Best Director, Best Screenplay, Best Editing, and Best Picture. He's the first guy to win 4 Oscars for a single film. He had literally the biggest Oscar night in history for a movie I thought was pretty good. It starts as a romance, and this is where the movie lost me a little, because I never believed that these were 2 star-crossed lovers. It felt more like she found a rich kid looking for a good time. So when everything starts falling apart, I wasn't emotionally invested because I never bought what they were selling in the first place. The second act is actually my favorite. Suddenly the movie turns into this frantic comedy about a bunch of increasingly exasperated Russians. I laughed a lot more than I expected to, and honestly, I wish Karen Karajulian had gotten the Oscar nomination. Every time he's on screen, he looks inconvenienced to be in the movie, and that's hilarious. Then the final act asked me to mourn this marriage, and I just couldn't get there. They were married for what, a weekend? I think she'll get over it. The movie didn't completely work for me, but what am I supposed to vote for? Check out these noms I'm working with.
A complete unknown.
I can't believe we're still making these movies. In 2005, James Mangold makes Walk the Line, a by-the-numbers biopic of Johnny Cash. 2 years later, they make a parody film, Walk Hard, the Dewey Cox story, that hilariously spoofs all the tropes of the genre. Not to be outdone, a few years ago, Weird Al did a spoof of music biopics. James Mangold said, "Well, that ain't stopping me. I'm gonna make another generic musical biopic." Like, there's a reason they stopped making airport sequels once Airplane came out.
The Brutalist.
It's over 3 hours with an overture and intermission and filmed with a process not used since the 50s. Oh, sounds important. Let's just nominate it now. What's it about? A Holocaust survivor? We'll mark it down for at least 3 Oscars. This movie tricks you into thinking it's an epic and is sometimes effective because I'll be honest, every time that score hit, I was hooked. Problem is, there's about 2 hours of movie without that music that I just could not care about. I've also never seen the ending, and that's on me. But did I mention that this is over 3 hours? Like, I got a life to live, Jack.
Holy mother.
I got 5 hours of Dune to catch up on. I'm sorry, Dune heads, but I've tried. You can keep making Dune movies, and I will keep not getting them. The first Dune came out during COVID lockdown when I was so desperate for movies that I sat on a couch with the lights off, and I enjoyed the spectacle. Then in 2024, I sit down in a theater for Dune Part Two, and I immediately go, "Oh snap, I don't remember a thing about the first movie. Was there salt involved?"
I'm still here.
Well, this is a mockumentary about Joaquin Phoenix's hip-hop career that was released in 2010. Frankly, I think it should have been deemed ineligible.
Nickel Boys.
Nickel Boys is sometimes absorbing with its cinematography, but the first-person POV gimmick got old for me real quick. At best, it puts you into the shoes of the main characters, but at worst, it feels like a bad video game cutscene.
What is your name?
Emilia Perez.
Hey, wait a minute, this movie isn't even good. How'd this get in here? This is supposedly a musical, but instead of using songs to reveal character or advance the story, people just start randomly singing dialogue that they could have just said. This movie could have just came and went on Netflix, but somehow it got 13 Oscar nominations. So the worst thing happened. People started watching it, and we all collectively said, "What the shit is this?"
Penis to vagina.
Mexicans hated it for the portrayal of their country, and rightly so. The French director admittedly did no research. Many trans viewers felt the subject matter was handled clumsily, and if that wasn't bad enough, the internet found a big old bag of problematic tweets from the film's star. So now, instead of celebrating the first transgender acting nominee, the studio is removing her name from posters and canceling all interviews and campaign events. And all of that egg belongs squarely on the face of the Academy. I don't think any movie had a bigger nomination remorse. 13 nominations. That's just one away from the record. Emilia Perez was one Selena Gomez nomination away from being on the same pedestal as Titanic and All About Eve. It got more nominations than any other foreign language film in history, and by the time of the ceremony, it couldn't even win Best International Feature. The Academy loved this movie for like a day, and then wanted nothing to do with it. Bingo. So with all that out of the way, let's concentrate on the 3 movies I liked that got nominations.
Conclave.
Now this isn't a classic, but it's a smart adult drama that I'm glad is still being made. The Pope is dead, and we get to see all the backdoor politicking that goes into picking a new one. Ray Fiennes is terrific, and it's got a solid cast that includes John Lithgow and Stanley Tucci. Wicked is awesome. My only hesitation is that it's half a movie. And it doesn't have to be. I'm not saying they should have included the second act of the musical. I'm saying it already feels complete. At the end of the movie, she's the Wicked Witch. You could have convinced me that the story was over. I loved this movie, with the exception of 2 graphics. As soon as it started, I see Part 1, and I think, go yourself. But then I forgot all about it until the very end, when I'm just rocking in my chair to defying gravity, and then all of a sudden... Now why would I want to come back in a year and pay you more money to see the end of your movie? No, you go make the second one now, I'll wait. And it actually turns out splitting it into 2 parts was the best thing that could happen to this movie, because the second movie was a big old turd. I'm glad it didn't ruin this movie. So instead of voting for half a movie, I'm gonna vote for a good whole one. My vote, The Substance. And I'll double down on that. For Best Director, my vote, Coralie Farjat for The Substance. I'm usually not one for body horror, but I loved this movie right up to its blood-soaked finale. Coralie Farjat made this the most visually exciting film of the year, never letting the action slow down for a second, even staging Dennis Quaid eating shrimp like a freight train collapse.
So you're me.
As for the rest of these categories, as I said, Sean Baker wins original screenplay for Anora, and that's one I don't have issues with. I would have voted for The Substance, but Anora is the second best in the category with The Brutalist, A Real Pain, and September 5. Conclave wins adapted screenplay. I would have voted for Sing Sing so we could give Clarence Macklin the Oscar he should have received for acting in the film. Conclave is the second best choice, and a much better choice than Emilia Perez, A Complete Unknown, or Nickel Boys. Sean Baker won his 4th Oscar of the night for Best Editing. I would have picked Wicked, but the Oscars again went with the second best choice in a category that for some reason included Emilia Perez. The Brutalist wins Best Cinematography and Best Score, which are the only 2 elements of the film I enjoyed. Wicked rightfully wins Best Production Design and Costume Design. This is a movie that never had me questioning where the money went. These sets and costumes were incredible, and everything felt real and tangible, like I could just go up and lick it. Dune Part 2 wins Best Sound and Best Visual Effects. That's hard to argue with. I mean, them sandworms look cool and sound cool. The Substance wins Best Makeup in a no-duh contest, a category that for some reason included Emilia Perez. Emilia Perez did go home with Best Song for El Mal, everyone's favorite tune, an inescapable bop that ruled the airwaves. Hum a few bars right now, why don't you? And it's got this going for it, it looks cool. It's the best scene in the movie and probably what got Zoe the Oscar. It's just not much of a song. If the Academy had any real cojones, they would have nominated La Vaginoplastia.
From penis to vagina.
Now that's something you can hum along to. Like, if you really like this movie so much, then you can perform the penis to vagina song live on stage and prove it. Who do you think they get to perform it? I mean, Babs would be my first choice, of course. How great would it be to see her singing the penis to vagina song live? Well, that's it for this year. Honestly, I'm glad to be done with it. Now, if you excuse me, I'm going to slip into my Oscar TARDIS phone booth that I built and head off to another year. Up next, an Oscar year that nobody complains about, 1980, where Ordinary People beat out Raging Bull. I haven't seen either film in a long time, so honestly, I don't know which one I'll pick. Who knows, maybe I zigzag and vote for the Elephant Man. I do what I want. I'm crazy and you can't stop me. Well, until I see you then, love you, buddy. Peace.